Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Violent storms packing high winds and heavy rains ripped through southern and midwestern sections of the United States, leaving at least 32 dead. Coming up next, where those storms are going next and a look at the damage so far. And your San Antonio Spurs able to get a nice win in overtime last night over Sacramento, in Sacramento. How many Spurs players ended up in double digits? Needed all of it. And outside with like little fog out there in areas and a lot of humidity. It was a dry weekend. Now, welcome to Monday. Good morning. It is Monday, April 3rd, and we're going to check in with Justin Horn. Some of the cell towers and that kind of thing, you can barely see the light blinking at the top.
Clouds are starting to come down. Humidity is here, so we may start to see some fog. I hope you're ready for some heat, though, because we're about to crank up the heat. Just for 2 days. 2 days.
Just 2 days?
Just 2 days.
A little test.
Just a little bit of a test because we got a cold front and we've got some actually really, really good news in the extended forecast. So let's look at the weather headlines here. Hot and humid today and tomorrow. Possibly some record heat. We'll get close, I think. Cold front arrives early Wednesday. That's the good news. And even better news, we've got some good rain chances. Finally, in the forecast. That heads our way Thursday and Friday. So you're going to like the extended forecast. Right now, 72. Dew point is at 69. That's really high. Southerly winds at 6. And when these temperature and dew point number get close together, we often see some fog. It's a possibility this morning, although we're not seeing much yet. Visibility is just fine here around San Antonio, and really is just fine around the area. If that changes, well, for sure, I'll let you know. Here's a KSAT 12-hour forecast. Temperatures in the upper 60s this morning. We'll break out into some sun this afternoon. Temperatures make their way all the way into the low 90s. 93, partly cloudy. There is an outside chance of a storm, although I think most of us stay dry. I would bet on that, in fact. We'll take a look at the forecast. We'll talk about those rain chances, too, coming up later this week here in just a few minutes. David?
All right, Justin, look forward to that. Thank you. This morning, a mother is overwhelmed with gratitude after her daughter was found safe. Lynette Martinez from El Paso disappeared after attending a UFC event here in San Antonio last month. She was found in Austin yesterday. Her discovery was confirmed by the University of Texas Police Department, along with her mother, Rosie Galvan, who we spoke to on Friday. She said she has since posted on social media about the situation, saying she is grateful for all the supporters. Now to the rising death toll after severe storms and tornadoes in nearly a dozen states, with more reported last night. As ABC's Andrew Dimbert reports, some of those storms brought hail and some high winds to parts of North Texas.
The latest round of severe weather dropped hail the size of golf balls in North Texas, where tornado warnings were issued in the Dallas area. Parts of the South have little time to prepare for the next round of storms, with more tornadoes possible tomorrow from Dallas to Chicago, including Little Rock, Arkansas, in the bullseye once again.
And when you see that threat map, it is startling just where it's going to happen again. And the threat area includes Chicago, much of northern Illinois, back through Kansas City, St. Louis, you're in there too, Memphis, back through hard-hit Little Rock. And these will come at night, making them even more dangerous.
This video shows a powerful tornado tearing through Little Rock over the weekend. Before and after satellite images show where the twister carved its path of destruction. At least 59 tornadoes tore across 11 states on Friday and Saturday, killing at least 32 people. In Illinois, friends and family gathered to honor Frederick Livingston Jr. He died after the roof of this theater collapsed during a concert.
Yeah, so fast, man. They raised me since I was 2 years old.
5 people remain in critical condition. Meanwhile, on the East Coast, one person was killed in Delaware after a tornado destroyed this home. In New Jersey, this doorbell camera captured one of 4 twisters to hit the state.
I was traumatized. I was petrified. I don't know what to expect.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Authorities in New York bracing for potential protests ahead of Donald Trump's expected surrender to prosecutors tomorrow. This morning, New York City police have put up metal barriers around Trump Tower and blocked roads near Manhattan Criminal Courthouse. The former president is due to be arraigned after his indictment in a grand jury probe over hush money paid to an adult film star. We won't know exactly what those charges are until the indictment is unsealed. Trump described the probe as a political witch hunt. And today, NASA will be announcing the crew for the Artemis 2 mission that will put humans back on the moon. 4 astronauts are expected to be named. Preps for this mission started after the success of Artemis 1 test mission. That mission sending the Orion capsule around the back of the moon. around the moon and back. Well, I guess it went to the back of the moon as well. The potential 4 astronauts will go around the moon for the first time since the end of the Apollo program 51 years ago. The 2023 NCAA women's basketball tournament came to a close last night with the highly anticipated national championship game. Number 3 LSU took down number 2 Iowa 102-85 to cash in for its first title in program history. LSU's 102 points, the most in a women's championship game, previously set by Texas in 1986. The Tigers, the first to score 100+ in a women's final. Congratulations to them. It is now 4:35 and 71 degrees. The San Antonio Spurs got a much-needed win against the Kings last night. Coming up next, what Trey Jones had to say after the team's overtime victory. Also coming up, reaction from Corey Connors after he earned his second PGA Tour victory and his second Valero Texas Open title. It happened yesterday afternoon. And a quick check of your traffic. We know some fog might be out there a little bit. Might mean there's a little bit of moisture on the roads here and there. So far, everything looking good. Stephen Cavazos will be up in a few minutes, and he'll detail it all for you coming up. And here's that live look outside. Some low clouds in the area. Justin Horn's got your forecast on the way. We'll be right back. Spurs at Kings last night. Sacramento ended their 16-year playoff drought this season. The Kings are also on the brink of wrapping up the Pacific Division title. So you'd think they'd give the Spurs a little harder time. No, it's all Spurs. Malachi Branham with the dunk, giving the Spurs a 4-point lead. Then it's Milan Champini off the bench. She had 6 in the first. Spurs led by 9 at one point, 63-58 at half. Spurs led by 4 after 3. Go to the fourth quarter. Doug McDermott letting fly. He had 13 in the fourth alone. He helped keep the game close, but the Kings, Darren Fox makes a step-back jumper to tie the game at 123. And folks, guess where we're going? Overtime. In the overtime, Mick Bucket scored 7 straight points. He finished with 9 in overtime, 30 points in the game. Trey Jones driving layup. Woo, nice between 2 defenders. Jones had a triple-double, 17 points, 10 boards, 11 assists. Spurs finished with 7 guys in double figures. They had 78 points off the bench. Here's your final. San Antonio gets it 142-134 in overtime. San Antonio now has 20 wins, 58 losses, few games left in the regular season, but they're happy about this one.
I mean, the most important is we got a W. You know, I think that's what feels the best, because scoring all those points and losing the game doesn't feel too good. But definitely getting the W is what makes it a lot more sweet.
I think in those other overtime games, it's been, you know, close to, or if not double figures that they're putting up in that overtime, and it's pretty quick. And so tonight we were able to come out in overtime and string together some stops there that helped us get the win.
All right, so the Spurs stay on the road. They take on the Phoenix Suns tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. Thursday is their home game in Austin against Portland. And then Saturday, they stay in Austin to host the Timberwolves. Sunday, the team heads to Dallas to take on the Mavs. All right, let's take it to TPC San Antonio for the final round of the 101st Valero Texas Open. Patrick Rogers entered yesterday with a 1-stroke lead, but after a birdie on the second hole, Rogers ran into some trouble, posting 4 bogeys on the front 9. He finished 1 over on the round, faded to 5th. Rookie Sam Stevens surged in contention with a wild round. He posted 3 bogeys, 5 birdies, 2 eagles, including that putt right there on the 17th to move up to second at 14 under. Corey Connors started the day in second. He took the lead with a 3 under front 9. His last birdie on the par 4 15th gave him the cushion he needed to secure the win by 1 stroke at 15 under. Connors earns his second PGA Tour victory, and it came right here in San Antonio at the Valero Texas Open.
It's certainly a huge relief. It was a very challenging day today, and I'm really happy with the way that I played and was in control of my game and my emotions. This place is really special. I've always loved this place from the first time I came here, and it's just such an amazing golf course, such an amazing setup with the resort right here, and having my family here this week was really special. I'm not sure my daughter Reese will remember too much what just transpired, but it was really special to have her and my wife Mallory come out to the green and be able to share this with them.
Boots look good. Now he's got 2 pair of those boots. Connor's the 8th person ever to win the Valero Texas Open 2 times. Hey, San Antonio Brahmas out in Vegas taking on the Vipers Saturday. The Vipers had only one win on the season entering their game with San Antonio. The Brahmas scored first thanks to a reception by Fred Brown in the first quarter. He scored again in the second quarter with a 96-yard kickoff return, and San Antonio was back up by 1 point. But those were the final points they scored. Vegas scored 15 straight, went on to win it 26-12. After the game, head coach Hines Ward said he needed to take some of his luxuries away from the team, like playing music. But why?
Sometimes I think these players, they get caught up into the luxury and they think they made it, but they really haven't. And just disappointing. We had mistakes all over the board on the football field. For whatever reason, I don't want to say it was because we came out here to Vegas and it was a distraction and things like that. I'm never one for excuses, but we got to get back to the basics. We just got to get back to football 101 and getting back to the little things that we do, man. And if I got to take some of these privileges away from these players, then I got to do so.
Got to do something. Got to get this thing turned around. They're going to host Houston Sunday, 2 o'clock in the Dome, and you can see that game live right here on KSAT 12. It is now 4:43 and 70 degrees. Breaking their silence. Coming up next, what parents are revealing nearly 5 months after the murders in an off-campus house at the University of Idaho. All right, let's check the roads for you at 4:46. Yeah, it looks a little foggy. Lights aren't clear. I don't know if that's the fog or just the sleep in your eyes early this morning. May just be the sleep in your eyes. But so far, so good. We'll see how it all turns out as the day goes on. It is Monday, after all.
Monday. I gotta love Mondays.
So the clouds are getting lower?
Yes, they are.
The humidity's getting thicker?
Yes, it is. And it's going to get hot this afternoon. It was pretty hot yesterday. We got into the upper 80s. Today's even hotter. We're talking 90s. There's going to be some triple digits on the map. But here's the good news, David.
Oh, good.
Look at the temperatures ahead. This is what we got coming our way. Wow. It's a lot. But the takeaway here is we got 94, 92 next couple days. We dropped to 79 on Wednesday thanks to a front. And then you see Thursday and Friday, low 60s. You're thinking, what? What is going on? Well, this is mostly rain-driven, so it's doubly good news. It's going to be cooler, but it's going to be cooler because we've got rain in the forecast, some good chances of rain. We love that. And then we're back up to 79 on Easter Sunday. Let's go outside for you right now. 72. It's warm. It's steamy out there. Dew point is at 69. We've got southerly winds at about 6 miles per hour, and the cloud cover is there. Clouds will eventually go away this afternoon, or at least some of them will, and the sun will pop out, and that's why temperatures will be fairly warm. Visibility, we've been watching this closely. The numbers are starting to trend down, but it hasn't been a big deal yet, and Fredericksburg is about the only spot I see now with any sort of really lowered visibility. We'll continue to watch any sort of fog if it develops. Your KSAT 12-hour forecast as you plan out your day. Taking the kids to school this morning, it'll be muggy. They won't need the coat at all. And in fact, shorts and T-shirts, a good idea today. 79 at 11 o'clock. And by 3 p.m., 92, 93, that's our high temperature. Notice we have a 10% chance of rain in there, and that's because there could be an isolated storm. We'll talk about that in just a second. Let's look at the numbers across the area later this afternoon. We mentioned 94 here in San Antonio, Carrizo Springs, Eagle Pass, Del Rio, triple digits are possible today and tomorrow. 89 in Lakey, 93 Uvalde, 92 in Seguin today. And here's what we have right now. We've got a dry line that is setting up across West Texas. We're still in the humid part of this situation, and that doesn't really change. The dry line doesn't come through, but it does get close enough to where if it can generate a storm, then we could have a strong to severe storm on our hands. But the problem with the dry line is it's typically pretty inefficient at developing storms. So maybe 1 or 2 along the dry line, probably north of us, but just in case, we'll leave that 10% chance in the forecast. So there is a risk for severe weather today from the Storm Protection Center, and they do include San Antonio in that. And so that's why we mentioned that small chance. On a scale of 1 to 5, it's a 1 because the chances of anything developing are just so very low. As we look at the futurecast down the line, and here's where we run into that good news. So Tuesday is going to be a hot day. We'll have some clouds. there is going to be a legitimate severe weather outbreak up across the Midwest. Once again, the places that don't need it along this front. But as it moves into our neck of the woods, and that will be Wednesday morning, we'll get about a 20% chance of rain. It turns windy and cooler. Then as we get into Wednesday afternoon, still quiet. It's Thursday morning when rain starts to move back in. This front pulls up stationary. We get disturbances rolling up over top of it. 60% chance of rain Thursday, and on Friday, a 70% chance of rain. Widespread showers and storms. This could be good soaking rain, just what the doctor ordered. Going into Friday afternoon, again, 70% chance. And on Saturday, we'll still have some lingering showers too. So 92 Tuesday, but 79 Wednesday. There's the cool down and windy. 61 Thursday, 60 on Friday with a chance of showers and storms. And still some scattered stuff Saturday. Easter Sunday, as of right now, we're looking at upper 70s and partly cloudy. So that would be nice. Great to see rain in the forecast, though.
Sunday's a good Easter egg hunt day, though. Look nice.
Well, it should be. It should be good. Hopefully all the rain clears out and it could be a little bit steamy, but other than that.
That's the key, all the rain.
I love saying it.
Ooh,
just
like
rolls
that.
off the tongue.
451, 70 degrees. Been a while since you got that rolled that off the tongue. Coming up next, pundits predicted a horse race for the box office top spot this weekend. Why it didn't even come close. Next. And some lotto numbers as we had to break. Pick 3, 1, 1, 7. Fireball is 2. Your daily 4 is 0, 7, 7, 4. Fireball is 4. Cash 5, 2, 3, 19, 22, 29. Lotto Texas, 16, 17, 20, 28, 36, 47. And Powerball, 11, 19, 21, 29, 52. Powerball 17. Power plays 4. Good luck. We'll be back. The parents of Ethan Chapin are breaking their silence nearly 5 months after the murders in that off-campus house at the University of Idaho. ABC's Kenya Wentworth has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, breaking their silence.
Tough not having here. Stace and I get up and watch the sunrise and drink our coffee and cry in your coffee.
The yellow and white tulips bearing the name Ethan Smile, meeting the son for the first time.
It's just turned into something so special, something tangible that represents him now.
Nearly 5 months ago, the 20-year-old was murdered along with his girlfriend, Xana Kernodle, and her roommates, Kaylee Gonzalez and Madison Mogan, in that off-campus home at the University of Idaho. Here at Tulip Valley Farms, Ethan worked in the fields planting bulbs, and now he's being remembered with his own. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on this powerful interview with the parents of University of Idaho victim Ethan Chapin. With your GMA First Look, I'm Kenya Whitworth, ABC News, Los Angeles.
The new Dungeons and Dragons film takes the weekend box office. For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
We need courage, magic. Pundits predicted a horse race for the box office top spot when Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves opened against the second weekend of last week's #1, John Wick Chapter 4. But in the end, it wasn't at all close, with D&D bowing with $38.5 million, $71.5 million globally, and John Wick misfiring with $28.2 million. That's a bigger than expected 62% tumble. Former The Big Bang Theory star Kaylee Cuoco and partner Tom Pelphrey just welcomed daughter Matilda, their first child together. Cuoco announced the news on her Instagram.
I told them not to laugh at your favorite food.
A relieved Colin Jost there on SNL's Weekend Update after Michael Che told the audience not to laugh at his jokes for April Fool's Day. And Eddie Murphy's 62 Monday. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Christopher Watson, ABC News.
It is 4:56 and 70 degrees. Former President Trump due to be arraigned at the courthouse this week. Why New York City police have put up metal barriers around Trump Tower and blocked roads near the Manhattan Criminal Courthouse. Plus, how an organization that's been helping the city of San Antonio's unsheltered population for decades is getting some much-needed upgrades. And there's a look at the roads right now. Stephen Cavazos just walked in. He's got his computers cranked up. He's ready to help you get to work or wherever else you're going. We'll be back with that coming up.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
In just hours, former President Donald Trump expected to arrive here in New York City to face criminal charges. I'm Morgan Norwood, and coming up, I'll walk you through what's expected today.
And outside with live cam, some high clouds, a little fog in the hill country right now. Things could be changing, and get ready. It's going to be a wild week. Justin's got your forecast coming up. Good morning. It is Monday. It is April 3rd, and with April showers bring May flowers, so we're hoping we get some of those April showers. There is a very good possibility this week. Here's Justin.
I'm loving the forecast because there is a good chance for some showers and storms coming later Thursday and Friday. In the meantime, we got to deal with some steamy conditions. 68 degrees this morning, overcast, easterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then this afternoon, we'll be up around 94. So the kiddos will be warm today and tomorrow, by the way. It's not until Wednesday that we get a cool down with a cold front. Southerly winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Later today, so some gusty winds too. Let's go outside for you, and we've got those low clouds, maybe a little bit of lowered visibility. 71 degrees at the airport, dew point is at 68. South-southeasterly winds at 5. We could see some brief patchy fog, although I'm not looking for a lot this morning. Lots of clouds. Temperatures will make their way up to close to 80, a little bit above that at noontime. Mostly cloudy, and then partly cloudy this afternoon. There's that high temperature around 94. There is a small outside chance of a storm this afternoon, but I wouldn't bet on it. It's mostly just heat and humidity. I mentioned those rain chances, though. Look at Thursday and Friday. Right now, 60 to 70% chance of rain. Good news. We're going to talk more about it here in just a bit. Bad news, Stephen, is no turtlenex the next couple days.
Yeah, no turtlenecks, Justin, but we will maybe having an umbrella in the car. Maybe that's a good idea. Yeah, all right. But you know what? Roads are dry right now. Let's get a quick look at 10 at the Y. We showed you this shot as we went to commercial break. Happy Monday. We made it through the weekend, and we have a new work week that we are starting, but thankfully there are no issues that we are reporting from KSAT, at least just yet. Still very quiet out there on the roads, and you can see that maybe we have a few more folks waking up and getting the day started early with us. But nothing's really going to slow you down this early in the morning, and that's typical on an ordinary, dry, humid start to the week. But just take your time if you're traveling in this morning. Not a lot of traffic if you're traveling along the westbound lanes of I-10, still pretty green from Seguin. 29 minutes at this hour. And it's about 33 if you're traveling along 87 northbound from Lavernia, and the usual drive time for friends down in Floresville with about 28 minutes to the downtown area. But back here, 10 at the Y, yeah, that's a good shot. But how about other locations? Let's take a look there at 35 north at Loop 410. Maybe a little bit busier out there, but for the most part, these TransGuide cameras are showing a pretty tranquil commute for a lot of these early bird commuters. David.
Thank you, sir. New this morning, San Antonio firefighters responded to a fire at a business on the city's northwest side overnight. It happened around 11 o'clock in the 100 block of Babcock near Fredericksburg Road. When firefighters got there, they found flames shooting through the roof. They found a fire in the front left corner of the attic and got it knocked down pretty quick. Now they're working to find a cause. No injuries were reported. Communities Under the Bridge has been helping the city of San Antonio's unsheltered population since 1996, and now they're adding some new resources. 2 old condemned buildings were just knocked down to build 2 new buildings that will house showers, barbershop, laundromat. Some of the other organizations across the city that help the unsheltered population offer showers, but the barbershop and laundromat will be the first of their kind. All of the needed permits have been filed, and the design process is underway, but so far, their greatest need is financial help from the community.
We're going to depend on that same generosity to help us raise the between $400,000 and $500,000 it's going to take to clear this property totally and raise up 2 brand new resurrected buildings.
The hope is to have 8 showers, 10 washer and dryers. By the end of the year, they hope to have tangible progress made on the construction. If you'd like to help, you can click on the story on KSAT.com for details on how to donate or volunteer. The Teacher Vacancy Task Force in Texas has released a report recommending that lawmakers raise teachers' pay and increase training and improve work conditions. In a task force survey, teachers say unsustainable workload is the #1 reason they leave the job. The report recommended that lawmakers fund a study on how teachers use their time in and out of the classroom. The task force also recommends raising the amount of state funding per student. Alejandro Lopez with San Antonio Alliance, the Union for San Antonio ISD, says teachers have called for pay raises for years.
So what makes this year different than other years is that the money is there, and we need our elected officials to step up and make a choice to invest in our public schools.
Several bills have been filed to address teacher shortages, like House Bill 1548, that would give all teachers a $15,000 raise. Security on high alert in New York City ahead of the arrival of former President Donald Trump, as he's expected to be arraigned tomorrow. ABC's Morgan Norwood tells us that the NYPD is bracing for possible protests.
In just hours, former President Trump expected to arrive in New York one day ahead of his historic arraignment. Donald Trump becoming the first president, current or former, to face criminal charges. He's due to surrender at Manhattan Criminal Court on Tuesday.
He's gearing up for a battle. This is something that obviously we believe is a political persecution. We're ready for this fight, and I look forward to moving this thing along as quickly as possible to exonerate him.
Sources tell ABC News Trump is facing around 24 charges, including felonies. We won't know what they are until the indictment is unsealed, but prosecutors had been investigating how Trump accounted for hush money payments to Stormy Daniels weeks before the 2016 election.
Hush money payments themselves, not a crime. Falsifying business records to conceal hush money payments, typically a misdemeanor, but can be a felony if it's done in furtherance of or to conceal another crime.
That other crime could be a federal campaign finance violation, a state election infraction, or tax crime. Whatever charges the grand jurors decided on, they might not be the only ones Trump faces, since there are other federal and state criminal investigations into possible election tampering, the January 6th insurrection, and his handling of classified documents. Trump is expected to arrive in New York sometime this afternoon and spend the night in his Fifth Avenue apartment before he's driven by motorcade to his arraignment. Once inside, he'll be processed but not handcuffed and walked along the 15th floor corridor into a courtroom where his attorney says he'll plead not guilty.
I've done 1 million arraignments in that courthouse with celebrities and whatnot, but this is a whole different thing.
Now, there will be no other court proceedings on the 15th floor while Trump is inside. Streets around here will also be closed. Now, after the arraignment, Trump will reportedly head back to Mar-a-Lago, where he has announced plans to speak. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
It is 5:07 and 70 degrees. Still coming up, Tesla sets a new record just ahead how many vehicles it was able to deliver in just the first quarter of this year. And Easter came a little early to some organizations this weekend. Find out why. Some decided to get an early jump on the holiday. And outside with live cam, looks pretty good right now, but there is some humidity and maybe a little bit of fog here and there. Justin Horn's got your forecast for the day, and get ready for a wild week coming up. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's not him either. It's Easter eggs falling from a helicopter. That's how several families got ahead on their Easter festivities. At Last Chance Ministries, despite Easter happening this coming weekend, many organizations took the time to celebrate a little early this past weekend. Also, Alzavar Shrine hosted their Easter egg hunt. Hunt was separated by kids' ages, so all the little guys would have a chance to participate. This event also included a party for the families to enjoy, with temperatures feeling very spring-like over the weekend. It's no wonder organizations wanted to get an early jump on the holiday. Next Sunday should be a pretty nice day for Easter egg hunting as well. We've got that coming up for you. It's 5:11 and it is 70 degrees. Why Netflix is restructuring its film group and releasing fewer movies these days, and we all take our smartphones for granted. So coming up next, we'll tell you about the first ever call made with a mobile phone that happened 50 years ago today.
When we started Blue Buffalo, we made a promise to our boy Blue that we would create the best pet food we possibly could, made with the finest natural ingredients, and none of the things you find in many other pet foods. We call it the True Blue Promise, and it's our commitment to feed your pet just like we would feed Blue. It's what makes Blue Buffalo unlike other pet food companies, which have many different brands with different standards. We have one standard, the one inspired by our boy Blue for the well-being of your dog or cat. Because like you, we love them like family too.
When it's go time, I don't let constipation stop me.
Great tasting Dulcolax Chewy Fruit Bites work naturally with the water in your body in as little as 30 minutes. So you can go fast, go gently, and go on with life. Dulcolax Chewy Fruit Bites put you comfortably in control.
Blood when you brush could lead to worse over time. Help stop the clock on gum disease now. Parodontax toothpaste is 3 times more effective at removing plaque bacteria, one of the main causes of bleeding gums. Parodontax, the gum experts.
Tesla has set a new record for car deliveries in the first 3 months of the year. ABC's Rihanna Alley has the details on today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Tesla is setting some new records. Elon Musk's car company says it delivered more than 422,000 electric vehicles in the first 3 months of the year, and it created nearly 441,000. Both of those figures are new company records. Expect fewer movies from Netflix. According to Bloomberg, the streaming service is cutting back production and laying off some workers, they say in hopes of creating better quality projects. Over the past 2 years, Netflix has released at least 1 movie per week. Well, today is the 50th anniversary of the first cell phone call. Back on April 3rd, 1973, Motorola engineer Marty Cooper dialed his rival from a Manhattan street corner to announce he was calling from a portable phone, which you can see looked like a huge brick. Cooper is now 94 and he's set to reenact the call today. Hard to believe it's been 50 years. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Oh, how things have changed.
50 years.
50 years.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the first car phones, mobile phones. You had the little stand that they drilled into the floorboard. And then we had the phones in the bag.
Yeah.
Called them a bag phone.
Bag phones.
Just a bag phone. You'd open it up and the phone was just sitting right there. You dial it up.
The ones where you had to pull the antenna up. Things have changed.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. But you know what's good is that now you can have your Bluetooth in your car. Most people do, which is good because both hands on the wheel as you get the morning commute rolling. And you know what? Let's take a look right now around town, guys, because things are pretty quiet. That's great news because US 90 at 35. It's Monday morning. No one wants an issue out there on the roadways, so just drive safe. 281 at Hildebrand, it looks pretty good. Very dark and quiet at US 90 at 1604 and 37 at Cesar Chavez. These shots are going by pretty fast. They're from TransGuide, but pretty much it's all the same. Lots of pavement, so lots of space out there. But be on the lookout. As I always like to mention, we have a lot of that active construction that is taking place right behind me. You see some of that scattered in and around the Alamo City. But let's talk about what's going to happen here along State Highway 16, or Bandera Road. Utility work. Now, this begins today, and it's going to take us all the way up into the end of the week, Friday, April 7th. Now, this work will start around 9 in the morning and hopefully wrap around 3 in the afternoon. What we will see out there are alternating lane closures from Loop 1604 to Circle A. I know that information is a lot, but I always like to say you can scan this QR code that's now on the screen that takes you to our KSAT traffic page. Our friends over at TxDOT have sent an updated list of all the current closures for the month of April, so plan ahead and know before you go. Justin.
Thank you, sir. I want to take you up into the hill country. This is an incredible shot. Beautiful bluebonnets there along a creek, peaceful and serene. This is from Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones? Love it. Hill country sweet spot. I love the bluebonnets. They've been so great this year, and that is a fantastic, fantastic photo. We appreciate it as always. And as we look at the rain chances, this week, those flowers are going to enjoy some good moisture. We've got a small chance today. I wouldn't worry too much about it. But by Wednesday, with a front, we'll get some showers and storms. A brief window for that, and then widespread stuff Thursday and Friday. So that's what we have to look forward to. In fact, by Friday, I have a 70% chance rain in the forecast. Some of that may linger into Saturday. Let's go outside for you. 71 right now and cloudy. Dew point is at 68, and south-southeasterly winds are at about 5 miles per hour. Temperatures today by noontime, we'll see the clouds kind of melt away, and we'll be in the low 80s. 70s for the hill country, and then already closing in on 90 south of town. And then by the afternoon, boy, it really heats up. 94 the forecast high here in town. 96 Pearsall. I'll point out Carrizo Springs, triple digits if you're in Eagle Pass. Same story, Del Rio. You're going to be right there on the cusp. Near 100 this afternoon. Some of the warmest places in the country. Dew point trend. Well, if you're wondering when this humidity is going to go away because it is so very sticky outside, it'll be on Wednesday. That front comes through and knocks dew points down into the 20s, but they do come right back up Thursday and Friday with those rain chances. So Wednesday is kind of our one day to really get rid of the humidity. As of for right now, we've got a dew point out to the west, a dry line, I should say, which separates the high dew points from the dry air. And sometimes along these dry lines, you can get storms to develop. It's It's not a great generator of storms, but later today, this is 7 p.m., it does want to spark off a storm or two. And with the dry line extending back into our area, we can't completely rule it out. It'll be something we watch today, but rain chances are 10% or less. The Storm Prediction Center does have us in the risk for severe weather, the isolated risk. And if we get a storm to develop, then it could become strong to severe. Again, we'll watch it, but the chances of it happening are very, very low. And as we look at the extended forecast here down the line, we'll talk about those better rain chances because the front comes in by Wednesday, and it's right along the front where we get a 20% chance of rain, showers, and storms. And this will be early in the day. Then by Wednesday afternoon, the showers and storms push to the coast. We clear out a little bit, but this front pulls up stationary, and then we get disturbances rolling up over top of it. So rain comes right back in by Thursday morning and really overspreads the area Thursday into Friday. You'll see some good rain chances, and it sticks around, and it's widespread. Really a good situation for us. This is 5 p.m. on Friday, and we still got good rain chances there. And as I mentioned, it may linger over a little bit into Saturday. So 94 today, 92 tomorrow, mostly cloudy. The record tomorrow, by the way, is 93, so we're going to be right there. 20% chance of showers and storms Wednesday morning. Turns windy, 79 on Wednesday. And look at the highs on Thursday and Friday. Because we've got clouds and rain, low 60s, 67 on Saturday. And at this point, looks like Easter Sunday may be okay. 79 and partly cloudy.
We got to start getting rid of some of that really dark red on that your drought monitor that you show every Thursday.
We do, and I
start helping.
You know, I can't guarantee that rain's going to make a big difference, but it's been a long time since we've seen these kind of rain chances, and hopefully it helps at least a little.
Got to start somewhere.
We do.
We'll start this week.
Yeah.
521, 70 degrees. How a filmmaker pulled off an April Fool's prank on his audience. Plus, Royal Crackers puts a comic spin on Succession. And pick 3, 117. Fireball is 2. Daily 4 is 0774. Fireball is 4. And your cash 5 is 2, 3, 19, 22, 29. And Lotto Texas is 16, 17, 20, 28, 36, 47. And somebody might have won a little something from Powerball last night. 11, 19, 21, 29, 52, 17. Power Play is 4. I guess it was Saturday, wasn't it? Good luck. Check your tickets. Never know. Welcome back. 525. When you walk into a movie theater or turn on your television, you don't always know what you're going to get. CNN's David Daniel has 2 examples in today's Hollywood Minute.
Welcome and happy midsummer. Skål!
April Fools. Moviegoers in New York on April 1st thought they were going to see a director's cut of Ari Aster's 2019 film, Midsummer. Instead, they were the first public audience to see Aster's new film, Beau is Afraid, starring Joaquin Phoenix as a paranoid man whose attempts to get home to his mother result in a series of bizarre adventures. The horror comedy opens in select theaters April 21st.
They've got to keep it together before it all comes crumbling down.
Your father suffered a pretty bad spinal injury when you all thrashed him around like a rag doll.
The new adult animated sitcom Royal Crackers is about family, money, power, and snacks. Series creator Jason Ruiz says he was inspired by the HBO drama Succession.
What if you made a show where it was like the stakes were that high about a company, but they were just the most inane, crappiest company ever, and you just treated it with that amount of stakes for the characters, that they just really were fighting over this bar of gold that to the audience was just like, what are you fighting over?
Royal Crackers is now playing on Adult Swim. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
It is 526, 71 degrees. Deadly night weather-wise across the nation. More than 30 killed in storms that also hit parts of North Texas. Coming up next, where those storms are headed next. And why General Motors has decided to phase out its widely use of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto systems for its future electric vehicles. And ahead on GMSA at 6, we're getting you ready for Fiesta. We're going to let you know how you can get some tickets to the Battle of Flowers and Fiesta Flambeau parades as a KSAT insider. And another quick look at TransGuide. Traffic moving pretty good this morning so far. Let's keep it going. Stephen Cavazos has got it all for you coming up in just a minute. This morning, dangerous weather conditions moving across the U.S., leaving behind a trail of destruction and death. Just ahead, how President Biden is responding to the situation. And this is what it looks like right now here in San Antonio. Not too bad. Some clouds, some humidity, and maybe some rain in the forecast. We are hoping for some rain in the forecast. 5:30, 71 degrees.
Yep. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, too.
Things looking good out there so far on the roads.
Yeah, they are. I was
For
going to say, well, for Monday, two different faces here on the desk with me. So holding it down.
Okay.
Yeah, my theory that traffic is lighter this morning because everyone was at the Taylor Swift concert isn't back yet.
And they're all sleeping in?
They're all sleeping in.
How long does the concert go?
I don't know. I heard it's like life-changing.
Yeah. Really?
Life-changing?
Life-changing?
Yeah.
Who said that?
That's Instagram.
I'm going to go.
I don't know.
It's a Taylor Swift concert.
I know. It was a big
and it's
deal.
life-changing.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, because your pocketbook's a whole lot lighter.
That's true, too.
That's life-changing.
That's true, too. Let's take a look at some of the weather headlines. We've got mostly cloudy to cloudy skies. Some patchy fog trying to develop. It's hot and humid today and tomorrow. Then we get a cold front, finally some relief. This arrives early Wednesday. Does bring some showers and storms with it. And then finally, some good rain chances. I'm so happy to report this, that by Thursday and Friday, we may have some widespread, good soaking rain. Exactly what we've been hoping for. 71 right now, cloudy, dew point at 68, south-southeasterly winds at 5. We've been monitoring the visibility. It is starting to come down. We're noticing now in New Braunfels that fog is starting to settle in. Visibility down to about 1.5 miles there. Most of the visibility here around San Antonio is fine. Starting to see some more visibility around Bernie, too. The rest of the area showing good numbers, at least at this hour. Pollen count yesterday, Oak was at 16,440, a huge number. Molds, mulberry, grass, all low. I would expect Oak would be equally as high today. We'll get that pollen count in here in a couple of hours, and we'll certainly pass that along to you. KSAT 12-hour forecast, 70 at 9 o'clock, noontime 83, mostly cloudy, and then this afternoon up to 94. With humidity, I might add. There is a small chance of a storm popping up, although it's 10% or less. So generally just partly cloudy skies later today. We're going to talk more about our good rain chances coming up here in a bit, but we'll get over to Stephen now. Yeah. Hopefully, since I said that, the roads are still quiet.
Yeah, but you said later this week there's a chance we could expect midnight rain.
Yes.
That's a Taylor Swift song.
Oh.
I was just trying to keep up with the trend there.
That's well
rain.
done, my friend.
All right, I'm just trying to keep it going here, guys, because listen, the community. Is it a life-changing Taylor Swift song? For a lot of people, yes. And if you're turning up the Taylor Swift tunes this morning to work, hey, good news here. Nothing really is going to slow you down there on the roadways, but just make sure you keep your focus out there because we get busier minute by minute. We can always expect to see a lot more traffic, especially along 281. Remember, slow down as you approach that curve. We tend to see a lot of issues out there, but for the most part, 37 there, and these shots, again, going by so fast from TransGuide. I wish we could slow them down, but there at 10 at the Y, thankfully, nothing is slowing drivers down. Now, getting you to the map, you just see plenty of green, and that's always normal this morning. So 532, right now, I think we're going to see a little bit more construction and talk a little bit more about that later on in the newscast. But for now, if you are traveling in, take your time. 28 minutes along 37 northbound from Pleasanton, so still pretty pleasant there. About 30 minutes along US 90 eastbound if you're traveling in from Castroville. And that arrival from Lytle should be within about 16 minutes along I-35 northbound. But let's get it back here on TransGuide. You could see 37 at Hot Wells, even there at Nogalitos, 35. Those north and southbound lanes look like they're in good shape. Again, nothing slowing drivers down yet. 410 at Northwest Military. Quiet shot there as well. We'll keep a close eye on things and again have updates on some of those road closures. Know before you go. We'll have that information coming up a little bit later on, David.
Thank you, Stephen. At least 32 people are dead as brutal storms move across the U.S. This morning, President Joe Biden is pledging help from the federal government. And as CNN's Amy Kiley tells us, forecasters are warning the severe weather is not over yet.
Dangerous weather continues moving across the U.S., leaving behind a trail of destruction and death. This video shows hail falling near Dallas. Today, that storm system pushing through Louisiana.
This is just an unbelievably tragic moment for our state.
At least 5 people are dead after a twister hit Arkansas over the weekend.
We have activated the National Guard in the hardest hit areas of the state.
Just across the state line, Tennessee reports at least 15 deaths, with one in Alabama and another in Mississippi. The weather isn't sparing the north either.
3 individuals have lost their lives in the tornadoes that came through Crawford County.
Illinois communities are reeling from tornadoes. At least 5 people are dead due to severe weather in Indiana, with another fatality in Delaware. Now, a snowstorm is moving across northern states, and it could bring a spring blizzard to South Dakota.
If anybody has learned a lesson, it is that when those alerts come in, we need to take them seriously.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Overseas, Russian police are searching for a woman suspected of delivering a bomb that killed a well-known military blogger who supported Moscow's war in Ukraine. Russian officials said the blogger was killed yesterday as he was leading a discussion at a cafe. Over 30 people were wounded by that blast. Russian news reports that said the bomb was hidden in a bust of the blogger that the suspect had given to him as a gift just before that explosion. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken spoke with Russia's foreign minister about detained American Evan Gershkovich and Paul Whelan. The State Department says Secretary Blinken conveyed the United States' grave concerns over Russia's unaccepted detention of U.S. citizen journalists and wrongful detention of a U.S. citizen. Blinken demanded their release. Blinken also discussed the importance of creating an environment that permits diplomatic missions with Russia's foreign minister. And new data shows it's never been as hard to buy a car in the United States as it is today, even with an improving supply chain. Numbers from the Bureau of Labor Statistics say car prices are climbing higher and faster since 2020 than any other point in the last 35 years. This data shows the inflation for used cars is getting better in the last few months. The average price of a new car has gone up almost $12,000 in the past 5 years. The average price for a used car up almost $9,000. The last time car buyers saw these types of price hikes was back in the 1970s and 80s. It is now 5:36, and we're right there at 71 degrees. The trial of a woman charged in what prosecutors say was a doomsday focus plot begins today. Coming up next, why prosecutors have charged her with conspiracy, murder, and grand theft in connection with the deaths of 2 children. And once again, outside with CityCam. If you are just waking up, some fog around the hill country, like over in New Braunfels, maybe a little further north of 1604, but the weather is going to change. It's going to be a little warm today and some humidity. Justin's got your forecast coming up. Today, an Idaho mother charged with killing her children goes on trial. Lori Vallow was allegedly part of a cult and believed some members of her family had, quote, dark spirits. Here's ABC's Rihanna Alley.
This morning in Idaho, jury selection begins in the trial that will determine if Lori Vallow Daybell killed her 2 children, 7-year-old JJ and 17-year-old Tylee. A separate trial will also be held for her husband, Chad Daybell, also accused in their murders. They're also both charged in the death of Daybell's late wife.
What we can expect to see, at least from the defense, is some sort of effort to make Lori Vallow Daybell look like she's insane, that she's suffering from delusions, she's suffering from mental illness, and that she didn't know what she was doing.
The grandparents of Vallow's children reported them missing in 2019 after Vallow privately married Daybell in Hawaii and joined his religious group.
Can you tell me where your kids are, Chad and Lori?
In divorce papers, Vallow's ex-husband said Lori believed she was a godlike figure who called the children zombies and said she was sent to usher in the apocalypse.
Ever since she's been involved in this doomsday cult, that is not the same Lori that we knew for 13 years.
After 9 months of searching, the children were found in a shallow grave on their stepfather's property. Prosecutors say while carrying out their doomsday plot, Lori and Chad also planned to collect his late wife's life insurance money.
If Lori is convicted, we'd expect the maximum possible penalty that the court can give, which would be life in prison without parole.
While pleading not guilty, Vallow's defense team has insisted she has an alibi. The trial could take up to 3 months. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
It is 5:41 and it is 71 humid degrees. Coming up next, why a new survey says about half of Americans support government ban on the popular social media app TikTok. And once again, with Trans Guide, things are looking good. Keep it up. keep going. See, so when you wake up this morning, you look at those roads, you go, wow, I got to drive good today because I don't want to mess things up. Welcome back, 544. In your morning consumer headlines, a change is coming to General Motors. GM has decided to phase out its widely used Apple CarPlay and Android Auto systems for its future electric vehicles. The current system is popular because it allows drivers to mirror their smartphone screens in a vehicle's dashboard display. But the car maker is switching to a built-in infotainment center made by Google. The change will take effect when GM rolls out its 2024 Chevrolet Blazer next year. Drivers will get access to Google Maps and Google Assistant at no extra cost for 8 years. A new infotainment system will offer Spotify, Audible, and other services that many drivers now have access through their smartphones. A new Pew Research survey shows half of Americans support a government ban on TikTok. Only 22% oppose a ban, and the rest unsure. As you might imagine, the younger you are, the more likely you are to oppose a ban. People who know about TikTok's connection to China are more likely to support it. The survey found 64% of Americans know a Chinese company owns the app. On the political scale, Republicans are more likely to support a ban than Democrats. And about 1.5 million people suffer a traumatic brain injury every year here in the U.S., and that is according to the CDC. CNN's Mandy Gaither has a look at new research that is shedding light on the long-term effects of this injury and how changing, some believe it, should be treated.
It's long been thought that people who suffer traumatic brain injuries are out of the woods after being treated.
It was considered more like breaking a leg, where you have a period of recovery, but then once you reach a certain point, then things are stable.
But a new study of more than 25 years of data is challenging that. Researchers at the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center found that some traumatic brain injuries become chronic conditions requiring lifelong treatment.
We actually see people changing long after their original injury. And actually, the thing you're least likely to do is stay the same.
The researchers say some continue to have problems with thinking, problem solving, or regulating behavior, and are often unsupported after initial treatment, which can make those issues worse. Those involved in the study are working to come up with new ways to help places like healthcare facilities, treatment centers, shelters, and even prisons better screen those with traumatic brain injuries and give the care that's needed.
If we were to proactively manage traumatic brain injury, like we do diabetes, for instance, to optimize someone's health and functioning lifelong.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, time check, 5:47. Let's get a look at the commute. Things have been looking good. Again, we want to keep that trend up for a lot of the drivers that have to head out. Ooh, just saw some flashing lights out there. Let's get a quick look, and I'll find out where that is at. I-10 at the Y is on a bad shot, but as I am taking a look right here, and actually, I think this may just be a stalled vehicle. Yes, State Highway 151 at Loop 410 West. You can see some flashing lights out in the distance, and in fact, it does look like TxDOT has reported a stalled vehicle not too far from there. We'll pinpoint it on our map in just a bit, but as a friendly reminder, make sure to check your vehicles before you get out on the roadway and travel, get to your destination on time, but more importantly, safely. Let's get a look right here behind me. Plenty of construction, and really that has been the main headline on the roadways since it's been relatively quiet. There you can see it along I-10. If you're traveling along in Kendall County this morning or a little bit later, you will see some pavement work. Now, the good news is this is actually just a one-day deal, according to TxDOT. Begins at 9 in the morning and should take us to 3 in the afternoon. We will see some rolling lane closures in both directions from State Highway 46 to Scenic Loop Road. But as I mentioned, plan your commute ahead of time. Head over to KSAT.com/traffic for a full list of the current closures. And again, a lot of work in Kendall County tends to take place sporadically. Sometimes it's on a Monday, it's a one-day deal. Sometimes we'll see pavement work last a few days. But regardless, watch out for those TxDOT crews out there. And watch out for these TxDOT Hero trucks along State Highway 151. They're working to help that driver out. But for the most part, guys, it's been a pretty nice commute. So we want to keep that trend up. Keep it up. As David said, keep it up.
And this is going to feel like a regular April. We're all over the place in April usually. And this week?
It's going to be one of those weeks. We get a cold front. It makes a difference. We've got some energy that'll come in Thursday and Friday. That'll bring some rain. It's mostly good news, although across the country over the last several days, it has been very busy severe weather-wise. And we're moving into the heart of severe weather season, so that's not a big surprise. But unfortunately, there has been lots of damage, lots of tornadoes, and it wasn't a great situation there across parts of Arkansas and Missouri and Tennessee. You see up across the Midwest. And then yesterday, we had a ton of hail around the Dallas area with some storms there. So again, bottom line here, it's just been very busy. We're not looking for a lot of severe weather here over the next 5 days or so, but we will get some active weather, and it plays with the temperatures a little bit. Hot today, 94, 92 tomorrow, but 79 on Wednesday. Front comes through on Wednesday. And look at the numbers Thursday and Friday, 61 and 60. One of the reasons these numbers are so cool is because we're going to see some good rain, and that will bring temperatures down, and then we rebound some as we head towards Easter Sunday. Outside right now, 71 at Stinson and the airport and Kelly. Randolph is down to 69, and we've got a light southeasterly wind. Visibility here around town still fine. New Braunfels has actually bounced back up at 3 miles. Not a big deal there. And not noticing any other spots that are dealing with very low visibility. I don't think fog's going to be a big problem this morning, but there could be some patchy fog here and there. Cloudy skies certainly through midday, and then we'll break out into some sun. 83 noontime. And then this afternoon, 93 by 4 o'clock, 94 by 5 p.m. That's our high temperature. And there is a 10% chance of rain. The small chance a storm could pop up, although I think the odds of that are really pretty low. We're not going to worry too much about it, but the reason I mention it is because we do have a dry line that'll set up out to the west. Of course, that separates the humid air from the dry air. Occasionally you can get a storm that'll pop up along the dry line, and the computer models show 1 or 2, but the Storm Prediction Center does have us in a risk for severe weather, and that's because if a storm were to pop up, then it could be strong. We'll watch it. Again, I don't think it'll be a big deal this afternoon here for our area. As we go down the line, though, that's when things get more active. So here comes our front. And by the way, Tuesday afternoon, another big severe weather outbreak is forecast for the Midwest. But as this front moves through our neck of the woods, Wednesday morning, we'll get about a 20% chance of showers or storms. Then the front pulls up stationary Wednesday afternoon. And as some energy overruns that, then we kick in some good rain chances Thursday and Friday. Right now, 60% chance on Thursday. And as we get into Friday morning, 70% chance, and that goes for Friday afternoon, too. This could be a good soaking rain, exactly what we needed. It's been so long since we've been able to say that. Here's the extended forecast. We talked about the hot temperatures next couple of days. Could be approaching a record on Tuesday. Front comes through, cools us down. There's a small chance of storms with the front. And then we mentioned the cool temperatures Thursday and Friday with the scattered to widespread rain that lingers over into Saturday. And at this point, Easter Sunday looks okay, partly cloudy and 79.
So keep your umbrella and your jacket close by, and your boots.
Yeah, which seems wild considering where we're going to be next couple of days. But we'll get there.
I need some rain boots.
Yeah.
You got them?
No.
You know where they are?
No.
Somewhere in the closet.
Somewhere.
The store shed.
It's been so long.
Might want to find them.
Okay.
5:52, 71 degrees. It was Blazing Guns against Magic Spells at the weekend box office. Who was victorious? We got that answer coming for you after the break. And as we go to break, here's some lottery numbers for you. Pick 3, 1, 1, 7. So Fireball is 2. Daily 4, 0, 7, 7, 4. Fireball is 4. Cash 5, 2, 3, 19, 22, 29. Lotto Texas 16, 17, 20, 28, 36, 47. And weekend Powerball 11, 19, 21, 29, 52. Powerball 17. Power Play is 4. Check your tickets. You never know. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, we'll have the latest as former President Trump gets set to travel to New York City to surrender to authorities. We'll tell you what you can expect. And more severe storms. The same area that was hit so hard on Friday going to add to the violent storms. In the last 10 days, we've seen more than 50 people die. We're going to have that potential again through tomorrow. I'll have the track of the latest storms and the timing right here on GMA.
Because this is a war.
Creed 3 is closing in on $150 million in domestic box office. The boxing pick made $5 million for 5th place. His Only Son, a Bible movie from the studio behind The Chosen, made $5.3 million in its opening weekend. Scream 6 also earned $5.3 million, tying for 3rd place.
You come here thinking there is a way out of this world for you, Mr. Wick.
John Wick Chapter 4 slipped more than 60% in its sophomore weekend, but still took in $28.2 million for a 10-day total of $123 million.
On your knees.
Okay, chop it off.
Chop it off. Let's do it.
Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves debuted on top with solid reviews and an opening weekend haul of $38.5 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Coming up on our next hour of GMSA, local teachers are making their voices heard on what would take to keep them in our schools. Why one teachers union says the solutions are simple if the state would just work with them. And how a local organization is turning what was an eyesore into a place to benefit the unsheltered with some next level care. And also coming up next, a big announcement expected today from NASA, the crew for the Artemis 2 mission that'll put humans back on the moon. And there's TransGuide. Things are looking good. I think we've only had one stalled car so far, so keep it up. Don't be that driver. We'll be back.